Before we start, I have a bonus tip for you. If you still did not sign up for the game, I want to tell you that 50% UPX bonus awaits you. All you need to do is to follow the link in the description below, sign up, and with your first purchase, you'll get 50% UPX bonus. In this video, I will tell you everything you need to know about building a structure on your property in Upland. On the screen, we can see one part of Staten Island, where recently I began building one structure, and it's here on this property. It's transparent because it's still in construction, and I'll have to wait quite a long time until it's finished. If we click on Manage option here, then we will open some more details, and you can see that I need to wait 188 days, 21 hours. It's quite long, I must be honest, but it's still good that I just began to build. And here I staked only 0.2 spark because I don't have more at this moment. And later on, when I get more, I can just add this plus and the time will decrease. For example, if I have 1 spark, you'll see it will take only 37 days to build, which is pretty reasonable amount of time. And that's equals to 950 hours. So my first mistake was thinking that when I stake 0.1 spark, it's going to take 950 hours. But the point is, when you stake 1 spark, that's going to equal total spark hours, because 1 spark is what you need to present this full amount of hours, okay? And I will wait some time. Later on, I'll put more sparks and my first Upland structure will be completed. And you can see these structures on the side are already finished, and there are also some in construction. And the reason why I'm building on Staten Island is because there are so many structures around. I have some other properties and there are not so many structures around, and every structure is adding to neighborhood points, and that also is going to be important later on in the game. Now we're going to go to my other property in Queens that I bought recently. For example, this one. If I go here, click on the property and go to the section build, we can see all other options that I have to build. Of course, now I'll not be able to build, but later on I will definitely do. So we have 8. There are 8 different options that you can use when you want to build structure on your property. So first one is the one I'm also building at this point, is small town house. There are 2 options and you can choose just which design you like. If you see here, spark hours 950 and minimum stake is 0.1. So each building has its own minimum and maximum stake. Here you can see only the minimums. That's what interests you the most, especially if you're a beginner. And then at the point when you have 0.1 spark, you can just begin building your structure immediately, and later on you can add more and decrease the time. So we have first 2 options, and we have this information, expected living units. At this moment, this information is not so crucial because it's not used, but later on there are some speculations what will be this used for, and some of my guesses are that for example, you can rent this to someone else, or maybe someone can use your space as a gallery to present their NFTs or any other type of environment. And then the number of living units is going to be how many different users can use your space. So that's some kind of my guess, but we'll see exactly in the future what this means. And you can see this number is different. We have here 3, even apartment building has 8. All right, so also one thing that you need to know when you're building structures is there are some rules, right? You should follow some rules. And this document, which I will leave in the description below, you will have the link, gives you basic information before you start building. If you still didn't build any structure in Upland, that's perfect, because this will give you all information you need. For example, you can see that there are encouraged and disencouraged buildings. On the left side we have townhouse, apartment building, small townhouse, and on the right side we have luxury ranch house and luxury modern house. Plain logic, why is this encourages? Because for now we have only cities in Upland, and luxury ranch house, the best place for this is of course on a ranch, maybe in some suburbs or even on countryside. So if you want to build, you start with townhouse and you're going to be safe. that's going to be following these guidelines from Upland guys. And there are also many other things that you can check out on your own later on. So just see how exactly you should start the positioning and the colors, and maybe your neighborhood has some specific like guidelines, which colors to follow and positioning of your properties. So there are many things that you should consider before building your structure, because once it's there, you cannot move it later on. All right, so next one is ranch house, which is not encouraged, and you should not pay too much attention. But the townhouse, you should pretty much go for this one. 0.2 stake, minimum 2,600 hours, and expected living units is 3. All right, so this will give you so much more options later on. And again, if you stake one spark, that means that you will wait 2,600 hours. If you stake only 0.2 sparks, then you do the math and you'll see you will need to wait a lot longer. And the next one is apartment building, which is pretty big. It looks pretty nice, I must say. I saw it around, but you can see minimum stake is 0.4 spark, and spark hours are quite long, 5.8 thousand hours. So if you don't have a couple of sparks, like 1, 2 or 3 sparks, I would not recommend building this, because you're gonna wait like forever. And in the end, we have luxury ranch house and luxury modern house, which were, as you remember, this not so encouraged and not recommended to build on your properties. So for now in Upland, that's what you can build. I guess later on that we will have more options. And they also said that we would be able to build cars with Spark, and some other thing is the decor factory for decoration. So there will be a lot more things that you can build in Upland with. Thank you for sticking around until the end of this video. If you found some value in it, you know where the like button is. Good luck with the game, and I'm gonna see you in Upland.